Come on, white man, tell us.
Pascal, the Hollywood star of The Mandalorian, is linked to the world's most scandalous IVF embryo and egg theft story. That's because his father is Dr. Jose Balmaceda, who, along with Dr. Ricardo Ash, are the infamous doctors of the 1995 University of California at Irvine fertility IVF scandal, where they took eggs and embryos from at least 60 women, implanted them in other people, creating pregnancies, at least 15, without ever telling them. Ash, Pedro Pascal's dad, had fled the country to their homelands of Argentina and Chile. Balmaceda, Pascal's dad, well, there was no extradition agreement between the US and Chile, and he was there for over 20 years. Why weren't they arrested for stealing embryos and creating babies? That's because in 1995, eggs and embryos were so brand new that there were no laws about property or theft or putting them in the wrong people. This just didn't exist. The University of California ended up paying over $27 million in civil lawsuits. It was then reported up to 10 years later that at least 20 of the couples who had gotten the wrong embryo were never even told about it by the university. So what happened with Pedro Pascal? His mother tragically died at her own hand. But this was right at the time when the scandal broke of his father's embryo theft. When Pascal became a famous actor in 2022, his father negotiated a plea deal with the United States. He pled guilty to only not paying tax on some of the money in 2022, was released on a bond, and never went to jail for this. There was no law that could come after him for the eggs and embryos. But Pedro Pascal, who initially was using the name Pedro Balmaceda, right at the time of the scandal, suddenly became Pedro Pascal. Let me know in the comments what you think of this.
Pedro Pascal's father, Dr. Jose Balmaceda, was a central figure in the major fertility scandal at UIC, Irvine. He and two partners were accused of stealing human eggs and embryos from patients and implanting them into other women without their knowledge. Child, what the fuck? Are you kidding me right now? I did not know. Sorry. Forgive me. Okay? I did not know. The accusations: Balmaceda and his partners at the Center for Reproductive Health were accused of swapping frozen embryos as well as committing tax fraud and mail fraud. This scandal led to at least 15 children being born to the wrong biological parents, over $27 million in settlements, and the closure of the clinic. In '95, just as the investigation intensified, Balmaceda fled to his native Chile to avoid federal indictment. He remained a fugitive for approximately 15 years. Now, all of a sudden, you see Pedro bringing his daddy with him on a red carpet. Now all of a sudden you see his daddy on the red carpet with him. Now I know y'all be like, well, that's just daddy. Man, I don't give a, it's in you. I'm sorry. That's a nasty bloodline. You stole embryos from women and then put those stolen embryos into other, you know how many kids you've messed up? You know how many generational curses you've created? That's